recognize it as, no. Instead, the law requires that the states respect pronouncements of abuse and neglect by other states, even if in their state it's not abuse or neglect. So they would have to, the police say in North Carolina would have to capture those people and their children and send them back to California and remove the children from the parents.
Wow, that is huge. I would assume that this probably affects hundreds of thousands of parents. Do you have any kind of numbers as to how many parents homeschool in California?
Yeah, in California we have 166,000 conservative estimates, 166,000 children homeschooling, being homeschooled in California. That's a large number. I think it's a very conservative number because many who homeschool in California don't trust the system and therefore don't register, don't file their own private school affidavit, or have them enrolled in any kind of a charter school or private or public school program. So that's a conservative estimate.
Where is this going to be going to from here? Is it going to the Supreme Court of California, or what will happen next legally?
Right. Well, that's a really good question. We have Civic Justice Center representing the private schools that had the independent study program that was declared invalid, and we have filed for a motion for rehearing with the Second Appellate District. I do not think that's going to be granted. They've already done it once. We're going through the motions though. Anyway, and then if it's not granted, then by this first week of April, we at the Pacific Justice Institute will be filing an appeal to the state Supreme Court. Usually it's about 1 in 100 chance that the state Supreme Court takes up the case. I think this one there's a good chance they will, because the Governor Schwarzenegger, has come out strongly supportive of our position, as well as the state superintendent of public instruction, who was put there by the Liberal Teachers California Teachers Association. He is strongly against the court's decision and in favor of our position. Noted that for the Liberal Democrat, if he accepts his position, the teachers union, of course, is on the other side. They're elated. They want to push every single child into public school in their indoctrination programs that they have in our public schools in California. Yeah, North Carolina, you probably doesn't realize this, but the public schools in California are very different, and that they, by state law, have all kinds of homosexual indoctrination programs, part seminars, textbooks have to be sexual orientation neutral, so they talk about different lifestyles, and the novels have to be balanced, from pro-homosexual to heterosexual novels. I mean, it's just all throughout my school district that I've lived in has a two-mommy, two-daddy sensitivity program for their preschoolers.
Wow, I had no idea.
It is horrendous out here. It is, against the Iceland, and so that's why homeschooling is so huge out here. You can't afford a private trust, then many parents they go into homeschool, and it's easy because the cost of living is more expensive out here than in North Carolina. People in North Carolina hearing this about this should just thank the Lord that they live in North Carolina, because there's many advantages to doing so. So anyway, we see on the progress. Let's see what we do. So we have to take this to the state Supreme Court. The state Supreme Court either refuses to hear it, or they reverse they affirm the lower court's decision. Then we, with Civic Justice, would file a petition for certiorari or an appeal to the United States Supreme Court, and on not the statutory interpretation grounds, interpreting state law, but rather on constitutional grounds, alleging that parents' fundamental rights as parents, as affirmed by prior case law, has been violated by this liberal activist court in California.
It almost boils down to whose child is it, the parents or the state. You have to allow your child to be indoctrinated into this political correctness mandated by the state of California. And I've heard it said several times, so goes California, so goes the rest of the country. And if you're not able to defend the civil liberties of those parents there, the rest of us and wherever we're at in the rest of the country may well be in jeopardy also.
We have to take this to the U.S. Supreme Court. If the U.S. Supreme Court defines that validity of fundamental right of parents over the education of bringing their children, like Scalia, conservatives are right, but in position, parents have no such fundamental right, because it's not explicitly stated in the Constitution. So that's one problem with strict construction that part of the Constitution must wait. So there's a good chance, bottom line, that the Supreme Court may rule that no, there is this fundamental right for parents to vote. And if that's the case, then it will be an open hunting season for homeschoolers in all 50 states where the teachers unions have strength politically to start arm twisting and pushing kids out of public schools into public schools. I mean, I don't want to sound like a doom and gloomer, but we're seeing that in California, and I know the teachers union is very powerful in the other states, and I would not think for one moment that they would try to get away with it in other states as well.
Well, I noticed that you were involved in some other things also. Marriage is also under attack, marriage being between a man and a woman in California, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And right now it's heading before the state Supreme Court. Case defending marriage between a man and a woman. Actually, it's defending the will of the people of California who voted overwhelmingly to have that be our state law, marriage defined between a man and a woman. But now the state Supreme Court may rule that to be a violation of the state constitution. Equal treatment clause, and if that's the case, then we'll have to amend the state constitution. There's already a petition being signed to accomplish that goal, to have it amended, and hopefully legislators will be gathered. We're cooperating with the schools to accomplish that.
Well, I really want to commend your efforts. How can the people here get involved locally and help you out with your fight? Go to your website and donate, or is there other things we can do?
Yeah, well, first, pray. Prayer is really important. Our God is a big God, and God can do incredible things with the Ninth Circuit. I've seen it happen. But second, definitely go to our webpage. People often fear for lack of knowledge, don't know what's going on. They need to be aware of what's going on, and we'd love to give them our press releases, to pray for us, and also support our work. We don't receive any government grants, no foundations from Hollywood support us. It's well possible throughout the country. So go to that. And also, U.S. Attorney General Ed Meese is the chairman of our advisory board. You'll see that on there as well. So we're very credible. We've been around for more than a decade. So pacificjustice.org, pacificjustice.org, and we'll be happy to keep updated.
Are you aware of the April 25th Day of Silence proposed for school systems to raise homosexual awareness around the country?
Oh, yeah, and it's real popular in California. What we encourage Christian clubs to do is to arrange for a day of truth the following day, and they can legally schedule to have, say, an ex-homosexual and or ex-lesbian, ex-gay come to their campus and speak on their campus, like during lunchtime or the quad or after school, and then put up posters and have them speak and address the truth. And the truth is, come here from the most discriminated group in America. Their very existence is denied. The homosexual movement hates are in total denial that there is such a thing as an ex-gay. There's thousands of them, and I think that's the most proactive way of addressing that is to be fair to the truth, and that cuts through the lies and deceptions that are being proposed.
We plan at the Real News here to contact some of our local schools, and if any of them are planning on participating in that, I plan to be there with my video camera, put it on our website, report it here on our local program, and try to shame the schools and alert the people to what's going on, because I would dare bet that very few in our listening audience knew that there was any kind of agenda like that being planned in our school system. And I'd also like to add that not only do you pick up the big fights, but you